Alright, so I'm going to start talking now. I promise I'll look where I'm going and not out of the camera, even though you can't see my eyes. Here's the sunglasses. Oh gosh, it's such an awkward look. Like the whole. Anyway, but I guess I'm just gonna start with what's been going on in my life in the last year. So it's May 2020. Basically right in the dead center of the whole COVID-19 pandemic. Just putting that out there in case there's somebody watching in like 2022 or whatever the hell, and they're like, oh my gosh, COVID-19, I've completely forgot about that. Or something, I don't know. Just for shits and giggles, basically. But about a year ago, in July, so a couple months from now, will be a year, is when I quit my job at McDonald's. After 4 years, to the day, I started July 21st, 2015, and I quit July 21st, 2019. So, 4 years to the day. Almost the exact shift, too. I'm kidding, it wasn't the exact shift. I was working a 7 a.m. to 3. But anyway. And I didn't realize at that point what that was going to, how that was going to affect me leaving McDonald's. My main reasoning behind leaving McDonald's was to, well, I was going to quit anyway for my last year in college because I really wanted to focus on college and school, and I really wanted to exceed, bring my GPA up a little bit again, and then I was planning on quitting anyway. The reason why I quit so early in late July is because that's when in the first week of August I went to England for 1 week and Germany for 2 weeks. That was our planned vacation that we had, and so I wanted to take some time as well to be able to prepare, pack, and just kind of settle myself, get myself into a holiday mode, I guess. Just relax. And I wanted to also make it exactly the 4-year mark. But really, the real reason why I was going to quit anyway. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. But anyway, the real reason why I was going to quit was because I was kind of getting increasingly more and more frustrated with the way that I was being managed at McDonald's. The one specific manager that really made it awful for me to work. She is an absolutely lovely lady to talk to. She's a great person to just go and have a chat with. It just drove me nuts working with her. And sometimes that's just how it is. And everybody was getting driven nuts there. And I know that. I know that for a fact. I've had conversations with my coworkers even after I left about how frustrated they were. But you know that's okay. It is what it is. And I knew that working for McDonald's wasn't going to be forever anyway. So that's why I ended up quitting. But like I said, I didn't realize what the effect that quitting was going to actually have on me. Because really, I was going through, what I didn't realize at the time, I was going through a little bit of some mental health, not issues, not problems, but just it wasn't perfect. And every day I'd go into work, and I'd be happy with my coworkers because I absolutely adore and love all my coworkers. I miss them so much, I really do. And it sounds so corny to say I miss my job at McDonald's because I love my coworkers so much, and just me saying it all the time that I love my coworkers so much. I know it sounds so corny, but it's true. It's true. I really do love them, and I adore them so much, and I miss them so much, and I hope they're all well. But I would go into work, and even through all the frustrations, it would just make my mental health manageable. It would just cheer me up every time, every day. It was awesome. It really was. And when I went to England, it was probably the best week of my decade. that 1 week I spent in England in the first week of August last year, 2019, because London was amazing. London, I can't wait to go back to London. I really can't. I had so much fun in London, and this is not even because I met my online friends of 7 years or something like that. That was an absolute highlight as well. Don't get me wrong, Alfie, Liana, Margarita, I miss you. I love you. I hope you guys are doing well in this time. I know we do chat every once in a while now, still, but sorry, I was driving there. Anyway, but I do hope you're well. But anyway, it was a highlight of my week because of my decade, because it was the first time I actually went on a vacation that I enjoyed in my life. All the other vacations I've been on have been to Germany, where I don't speak the language, and I can't do anything because I don't speak the language. I didn't really enjoy them that much, and I was also young. And any other place that I've been to Florida, and I've been to Newfoundland, I've been to America. Actually, you know what, to be honest, when I went to Rhode Island in 2017, that was an awesome trip as well, but nowhere near as close as what London was. But anyway, so I wasn't old enough to really enjoy them. So London was the first trip I actually properly enjoyed. Not to mention, if you don't know about really what I like and stuff like that, who I am, because I don't really talk about this basically at all. I might seem like this absolutely normal person who does normal things and likes normal things and watches normal videos on YouTube, but actually, who I am, not that I'm not normal, but I do appreciate how things work, if that makes sense. So I'm fascinated with how things work. I love watching videos on how this car works, how specific things work, learning about that. One of those things that spikes my interest specifically is how an elevator works. I love watching videos of older styled elevators on YouTube because I think they're interesting. I do, I really do, and that's who I am. And a lot of people think that's really weird and really crazy, and that is okay, absolutely okay, because for them they aren't like that. And for somebody to like something like, I don't know, I don't have an example, it might seem absolutely crazy and weird to me, but that's what they like, so I accept that, of course. Like, that's just who I am. So one of those things also specifically is like the subway. That is an interesting color CR-V. I've never seen that before. It's an interesting gray. That must be one of the new ones. Actually, I think that's the hybrid. Sweet. If you don't know, the Honda factory is right over there. My dad works there. They don't make the hybrid CR-Vs there, but it's still a Honda area. It's like going to Stuttgart in Germany, where they have the Porsche factory, and you just see Porsche everywhere. Or Porsche, I should say, because that's how you should pronounce it. But anyway, back to my topic. One of the things I really do enjoy is how you can run a subway service, or in London, the tube service, so efficiently. And when I was in London, I was fascinated by that. I really was. And I got to go on the tube, and I got to experience the tube. And my very first experience with the tube was, we landed in Gatwick. We took the Gatwick Express to Victoria Station, where then I got on the Victoria line to King's Cross St. Pancras. I'm probably butchering the way that they say Saint, because we would call it St. Pancras. It's St. Pancras, I think you pronounce it. I'm trying to learn how to pronounce things as well, because I do enjoy England and the British accent and stuff. But anyway, and so I got to experience what is really their best tube line straight away. The funny thing is, actually, funny story, I should have brought a bottle of water with me. I'm actually getting thirsty now. The funny thing is that we got off the train, the Gatwick Express, and we got on to the tube. And the first experience I had with the tube is that I realized that when they say the doors are closing, they mean the doors are closing. It's not like in Toronto where when you hear the door closing chime, do, 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 the doors don't all the time close. Sometimes it's like 5 seconds before they even start moving. And even if they do start moving, like closing, if you get hit by a door, it will open for you. They will wait for you. And in London, they don't wait for you. They will shut on you. And so there's my mom, there's me, and my brother. All three of us have our suitcases and our backpacks on. And excuse me. And my mom and I made it into the train. As I was getting into the train, the doors closed, and it hit my leg. And trust me, it was sore for a week. I learned my lesson the very first day. But anyway, I've never actually talked about this before. It feels so good to actually talk about it. But anyway, if you're still here, then thank you. I've been blabbering around for 11 minutes. This is gonna be a long ass video. I'm sorry, but I need to get this out of the way. I need to say I've never said anything before. But anyway, my brother got stuck outside of the tube or the train, and the very first thing I thought of was stay here, right here. The Victoria line, as far as I know, is automatically controlled. So the next train will come in, and the door will be right there. If you get in that next train, we'll get off at the next station. You get off at the big bump there. You get off at the next station. We'll stay exactly there. We should line up. We'll get on the next train again. That was like a split-second thought that I yelled through the glass, and he shook his head. My mom was like, "Wow, I would never have thought about that," and that's what happened. That's what ended up happening. We met up at the next station, whatever's next after Victoria. I can't remember. Heck, I don't even remember half the stations in a row in Toronto. But excuse me. Oh shit. Okay. Oh. Really? Okay. Wow. Anyway. I'm babbling. I gotta get going with this conversation. I'm really babbling. But anyway. So that really fascinated me. London fascinated me. And so it was a highlight of my 2019 or just my decade. It was really awesome. And I'm weird. Okay, I will admit that. It's kind of odd to have these interests, but it is. It's true. And there's one guy, Technology Connections on YouTube, and I feel like he's kind of the same as me, and so I love his content. I really do. Go check him out, please do. Just search up Technology Connections. I think I'm probably going to forget to link it or anything like that. I'm probably just going to upload this video as is, really, because I can't be bothered to edit it because I'm so busy right now. This is the only time I have to kind of just get my thoughts out, is driving right now in the morning before you have to get to work. But anyway, so then when I went to Germany, I really didn't want to go to Germany because I didn't speak the language, and I knew it was going to be basically me stuck with my mom in a country I don't speak the language with. I was actually insecure speaking English in Germany because I know how the Germans can be with my dash cam fell off. All right, we'll be quick about this. Just stick it back up. I'm trying to focus on the road. All right, good enough, close enough. Wires down and everything. I don't give a shit. Anyway, and then I didn't really want to go. Not that I don't like Germany, because Germany is a great place and it's an awesome place and it's awesome, but I just didn't really want to go. And then the fact that I was going to be there for 2 weeks, we had to kind of go we had to take care of some stuff anyway, so it's going to happen. But anyway, in the first week, we went to a salt mine in Germany, where something happened there where it really affected me. There was a display that was going on there that excuse me. It's always kind of hard talking about this because this is when everything kind of went really downhill for me. But anyway, it really affected me mentally, and I couldn't let it go. and I actually became very, 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 what I now know, depressed while in Germany. And I couldn't get myself motivated to just even get up in the morning or sleep. It was hard for me to sleep. To this day, it's still hard for me to sleep, but it's just kind of lingering. It's getting better, but we're going to get to that where I'm going to talk about how I am right now and why I'm making this video. But anyway, and I've had people tell me before when they've been depressed that they felt physical pain, and I had never experienced that before. So I was kind of like, I understand it's real because a lot of people have said it before, and it's just that's how it is, but I didn't understand it. I was kind of like, it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And I never understood why you would want to, like, why, like I hadn't really experienced it before. This is why. It's not saying that I don't believe it. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I just didn't understand why somebody who is depressed would want to actually take their life. But when it got so bad while I was in Germany, I actually started feeling physical pain right here in my chest, the side of my chest. Ooh. We have so many railroad crossings around here. Probably where my love for trains came from. But anyway, I actually started feeling a pain in my chest the entire rest of the 2 weeks that was there. It was awful, and I wish that feeling on nobody. And as much as I never got to the point where I wanted to actually take my life, I did get to a point where I was willing to do almost anything to stop feeling like this. And if that consisted of taking my life, that's what I was going to do. So I understand when people want to take their life when they're depressed. So if you are ever feeling like that, myself, I'm here to talk to you. However, I encourage you to not talk to me, because first off, I suck at talking to people about that stuff. But really, the reason is, please, for the love of God, don't be like me and stay silent the entirety of you going through this. For the love of God, seek help. Please talk to somebody, like, professionally, because it's the worst, and I know it, because I understand now. So, like I said, nobody should ever go through that. It was the worst. I went from having the best week of my life, or my decade. I am so lost for words here. To really having the worst week of my life. Let me move that camera up a little bit. There we go. And that's why it hit me so hard. By the way, I think I'm gonna drive from this town to where I used to work. I'm going to the drive-thru and get a drink from McDonald's. That'll sound fun. But anyway, and so I really just wanted to go home, and I really wanted to be back in Canada, because in my mind, I was like, maybe it's just because I'm stuck here in Germany that it's gotten so bad and I can't stop it. So I was just so excited to get back home. Not to mention, I also had a new car. The car I'm driving right now, I got this car in August, mid-August, while I was in Germany. The same car that I got hit with a deer in October. So, because I had less than 2,000 kilometers in the car when I got hit, so kind of sucky, but I still have less than 8,000. 7,777! Yes, I'm buying a lottery ticket. We're gonna do it. Anyway, I'm trying to keep myself happy as well talking about this, because it's really hard to talk about this. The reason why it's easier for me to talk about this now is because I'm in my happy place. I'm driving. A lot of people think it's stressful to drive. For me, I think it's stress relieving. I just find it so I can just drive around. I don't know, it's great. Anyway, back to the story, because it's already been 19 minutes. Where was I? So I used the excuse. See, I'm already feeling a little bit of pain in my chest, because it's bringing back the memories in my head, and every time I do talk about it, I do feel a little bit of a pain, just a little bit. It is there, and again, if you've never felt it, never experienced it, this will make no sense to you, and that's okay. And please, for the love of God, keep it that way. Try your hardest to keep it that way for as long as you can, if you can, forever, really, please, because it's rough and it sucks. But anyway, and like I said, get help if you do. Please, for the love of God, get help. This is not even me asking you to. I'm telling you to, because I don't think anybody, even if you're the most evil person in the world, should feel this. It's awful. Anyway, back to my story. So I used the excuse of my new car as a reason that I actually was excited to go back home. And anyway, this led to my mom being really mad with me, because she just thought I was being an ungrateful piece of shit, basically. For not like, oh man, you have the trip of your lifetime now. You gotten away from Canada for three whole weeks, and you're so ungrateful, and you just want to go back to Canada. How dare you? And she was, because I couldn't tell her that she was Hobbsies in my Discord server saying, I like trains. Of course you do, Hobbsy. Anyway, sorry. But because she didn't understand what was going on, and I couldn't tell her because of what was going on in my head. She was right. She thought that she was right, and I couldn't do anything about it, which meant that I was wrong in this argument, and I lost in a sense. And that's what made it worse. But anyway, when I got home, we went to my favorite sushi, all-you-can-eat sushi brand restaurant. It's only like a couple of them in our area, but there's like 3 or 4 of them. But anyway, we went there because that's what we do. We always go for dinner when somebody comes back from our trip. We just to kind of have a little chat and be like, so how was the trip and stuff like. Because my dad didn't go on the trip. It was just my mom, my brother, and I. At this point, my brother kind of knew I was going through some shit. I didn't tell him, but he knew. He did know. And I appreciate everything that he did for me during that trip without really knowing what was going on. Anyway, but that food tasted so awful to me because I was so depressed. And to this day, I don't even think my parents know. They don't. I've never really said anything to them. But I know they watch my videos, so maybe they'll watch this and they'll understand. But anyway. Stuck at the railroad crossing again. The same crossing I started recording. I've done a loop. It's a bad spot for me to stop, actually. I'm not on the tracks, but I'm in front of the arm. If a train went by. Anyway, and sorry, this went on for the rest of the summer. In my head, I figured, you know what? I'm not going to do anything about it, because I know that it's probably just, what I now know, I was wrong about this. It's probably just something that I'm dealing with now, that's, when I go back to college and I see my friends and I do the things that I love, it's gonna make it better. And it didn't. Big surprise. It didn't. Surprise of the fucking century there, eh? But so when it didn't, I still didn't say anything. And that first semester, or my second last semester, I should say, I struggled. My GPA went from being like an 80 to like a 60 or 63 or something like that. It just absolutely dropped. And it was awful, and I felt bad, and it made me feel worse. And so my second semester, when I kind of accidentally became a team lead for an industry project that we were working on, with a team that didn't do anything, I struggled to just anything, do anything. And I finally, around February this year, opened up to my professor of that class, and I told her everything. Not everything. I told her roughly what was going on and how I was dealing with some mental health issues, and that really helped because she actually, it was really great to talk to somebody who kind of understood, and she was really well spoken and stuff like that. It really helped. It actually did. And that's why I've been better, but we're going to get to that. Like I said, I know I've been recording for 25 minutes now, but I will get there. I just have a lot to say. So if you're still watching this, I really do. I appreciate you. I do. So thank you very much. But anyway, so that helped me out, and we came up with a plan, her and I, to allow me to continue my studies, and still exceed, and and while dealing with what I'm dealing with what I was dealing with. And about a week after that, I actually felt so much better. I'm gonna push up my dash cam again so it doesn't fall off. There it goes. All right. About a week after that, I felt a lot better. I really did. And wasn't perfect, nowhere near perfect, absolutely nowhere near perfect, but it was better. It was the best that I had felt. Oh my goodness, my thing is gonna fall too now. Oh, did that just break? There we go. Whew. I can't remember my phone. Anyway, I need a drink. My voice is starting to not work. So that was good. I was able to actually do some things and not be so unmotivated. Oh, and that's kind of the reason why I was so dead in the last year within communities. I didn't talk in specifically the Tenchi community. I was joined in their server. I was following her on Twitch, and I'd be in her streams every once in a while for like 5-10 minutes, and I wanted to be there more, but mentally I was not motivated to, and I was scared to because of what was going on, and that's why I wasn't active very much. And that's why I didn't make any content. That's what happened. Mental health happened. And still to this day, I have not seen professional help, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for it, because now I can't with COVID-19, and COVID-19 has actually been making it worse. I guess we're getting there. We're almost there. But anyway, so that's what happened. And when I finished the semester, I was really hoping when I started this program to win an award. That was my when I was done, to win an award for something in my program, because I knew that I could do it. I won an award for the third highest average for those going into college in high school when I graduated. So I knew that I was capable of winning something, of doing something, of achieving something, but mental health fucked that up. And it's the worst feeling in the world, and I'm still mad about it. I'm still upset about it. However, I know that it's only because of something that was kind of out of my control. So I'm okay with it. I'm still sad about it, but it's fine. So now it kind of leads to where we are now. Kind of in quarantine. Not kind of, are in quarantine, and seeing nobody. I haven't talked to my best friend. I'm gonna floor it just for shits and giggles. Oh, this thing has 0 power. That was basically 0 to 100. Oh, that felt good though. She hasn't been driven a lot lately, so she needs a little bit of a push. Oh god, another railroad crossing. Anyway, but so the quarantine has been actually kind of ruining the mental health again. I was getting better because I was interacting with people. We kind of became, once the semester ended, I became a proper member of the Tenchi community. And I've made some friends in the Tenchi community, and I'm close with some people now who I wasn't close with before April. And it was a great feeling, even though that's kind of even though it was still kind of mid quarantine. Yeah, I'm gonna get demonetized now because I'm talking about COVID-19 and stuff. I don't really care. But now it's getting to a point where I haven't seen anybody in person in so long that even though I'm not lonely because I have friends that I can talk to and I'm close with and are comfortable with, I just haven't had that human connection other than with my own family in months, in almost 3 months now, and that's, I do miss it. I really do. And it's that's why it's getting hard again, and I haven't really been open with them in the tension community. I wrote a massive paragraph about 3-4 weeks ago about exactly what I'm talking about now in the tension community. It's the first time I'd ever told anybody about it, and I got, of course, the most amazing response from the most amazing community that I've been in, which helped me a lot. It did, but now I'm going back down, which is not what I want. And so that's why I'm making this video, like I said, to kind of not just post within the tension community, but to post everywhere on YouTube. And I can take this video link and I can post it anywhere, for anybody to see. And because I think everybody just needs to kind of know if they're interested in what's going on with me. It's really hard. But anyway, mental health has been going down, and I have not been open about it because I actually have been kind of worried that I've been too open with them in a sense, and eventually I'm going to drive them nuts with me talking about mental health, and that's what worries me, and I don't want that. I don't want to be that guy who's just always going, oh, I have anxiety, oh, I have mental health, oh, I'm not feeling down, because it does kind of get old, and I understand that, and that's why I haven't been open with them too much in the last 2-3 weeks since it's been going down. But I know I have to. I know I have to be open about it. I really have to be open about it, because otherwise it's just going to get worse. So I'm already feeling a little bit better just talking about this, knowing that I will upload this, because you know what? I have made videos in the past year, basically talking this exact video, and I have not uploaded them. They're just sitting on my computer, useless, because I was too scared, too afraid, too useless to upload them, and that's what made it worse. But knowing that that's what made it worse before, not talking about it, and knowing that I'm getting worse right now, is why I need to talk about it. And recently also I've gotten a job with the same client that I was working with in my industry project class, the same class that I was team lead in and talked to my professor and stuff like that. And that's how I got the job, because I was a team lead. It was kind of a blessing in disguise, in a sense, because it got me to talk to my instructor. If I wasn't a team lead, I probably would have never had so much stress that I actually had to talk about it. And then also wouldn't have had my job that I have now, because he liked me a lot, which is great. However, I have less than a week to develop an entire website, and I have a nav bar and a landing video with three rectangles on it. That's all I have, and I need to have this entire website running by next Thursday. Today's Thursday? Is it Thursday today or Friday? I think it's Friday. I have less than about a week to get this running, and I've had this project for about a week now, a week and a half. I think 2 weeks now, actually 2 weeks, and I haven't done anything really, because the design keeps changing, so it's impossible for me to actually do anything. It was impossible, and it's been really stressful on me, and that's part of why my mental health has been going down. Oh, and not to mention, going to school, going to Humber and stuff like that, on my way there, I'd stop off at McDonald's, and I'd see the people who I love, because I fucking love them. And I know that's bad language, and I know that I should stop. I need to really slow down with the bad language. I really do, and I know that. But there's just no other way to describe it. I fucking love them. They're just them, and it's just... I've never been so vocal about it. I really haven't, because it's weird. It is, but like, gosh. And by the way, I'm just gonna say this, Hannah, if you are watching, I know this is weird, but I really do adore you a lot, in a normal way. And once quarantine is over, oh god, it feels so good to say this. I really hope you see this. Once quarantine is over, I would absolutely love to just hang out with you and just do something. Like go see a movie or something. Not as like a weird date. Like I don't know you well enough to like. I know you as a coworker, and I don't know you well enough to go and ask you out. And that's not what I want from this. Maybe in the future. like, if that's what it leads to, if that makes sense. I don't want to be weird about this, but like, I just have anxiety and a little bit of awkwardness that I'm still dealing with, and this is the only way I can express how I'm feeling right now. So, you know what? I'm just saying fuck it. I'm saying everything in this video anyway. I'm gonna say it. I really want to hang out with you and be friends with you, and I really hope you're working right now, because if you are, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna tell you. If I see you in the drive-thru, I will tell you. I do not care. Maybe, because anxiety. I will try my hardest to tell you in person. I really want to tell you in person, so I hope you kind of actually don't see this, because I prefer if I said it in person, but it feels good to say it. But anyway, Hannah, remember how I never really used to pick on you? You know what? I'm going to stop for a second. For anybody who's just watching and me talking about my mental health, that's kind of over now. That's it. That's the story. That's who we are. We're here now. That's it. So now I'm going to talk about some quick things that's also on my mind, and this is one of them. So, Hannah, remember when... I'm just going to put it this in a way so that anybody can understand, as if I'm just talking in general. Hannah, at work, I used to pick on everybody in a good way. If I liked you and I'm comfortable with you, I will pick on you in a little bit. 150% expecting you to pick on me back. Roast me. I love that kind of relationship. I really do. I think it's beautiful to be able to just have fun with people. And when I first met Hannah, she was being trained by another career trainer, and she really reminded me of me when I first started, because she was absolutely brilliant. She was better than I was when I first started, and I was good. I was actually good, and I'm not putting myself on a pedestal there. I'm saying this because I actually need to give myself more credit. I haven't given myself enough credit since I've had this issue, and I hope that Hannah, I hope anybody, I hope this doesn't make you think I'm more weird and stuff like that, especially considering I was talking about trains and stuff. And if it does, that's totally okay. It's totally understandable. Totally cool. But anyway, I actually adored Hannah from basically day one, because she really reminded me of me, of how awesome she was at work. She was fucking brilliant. Like, so good. After like a week or two after she started, she was better than I was when I first started, and almost just as good as I was, and I'd been working there for almost 3 years. It was absolutely amazing. And she was just like me. She was great everywhere. She got cross-trained very quickly. She became guest experience really quickly, and she also hated kitchen, just like I did. I absolutely hated being in kitchen, but I loved being on counter. I loved being on beverage. Oh, my favorite shifts was working on beverage with Hannah. Absolute favorite shifts. That's what I miss the most. But anyway, I never for the first little bit picked on her, because I wasn't sure because I knew that she was like me in a sense, where she was there to be good with her job, and she was there to work and not fool around and stuff like that. She was there to do her job, and I didn't pick on her because I didn't want her to be uncomfortable, even though I was getting comfortable with her. And then there was one day where she turned around, and I'm still mad with myself for not remembering exactly what this was, but she turned around and she just absolutely roasted me, just completely destroyed me. Excuse me, just putting up my dash cam again before it falls off. And that's when I just thought to myself, oh girl, it's on. And from that moment on, her and I would just roast each other all day, because most of our shifts that we worked together were in kitchen. So there was a good chance that if we were both on the same shift, we were working together in kitchen, even if one of us was scheduled on counter or something like that. And it was so fun. I miss that. That's probably the thing I miss the most, working with Hannah. And when I left, my second last day, which was my last day working with Hannah, I mentioned to just everybody that I was leaving the next day, and because a lot of people knew, but she actually didn't know. And so she was like, Nathan, you were my favorite person to work with, and that, Hannah, was the best thing you could have ever said to me, because it actually really boosted my my confidence. I was confident. I was getting really confident, but that just tipped me over the edge. I was actually one of the most confident people on the planet at that point. I was so comfortable with myself. That was just the best thing anybody's ever said to me. Which is why I really hope you're here, because I haven't seen you in months, and you're really the main reason why I'd come back to McDonald's. You like, really was you just gonna cut me off like that? Rude. Anyway, and yes, Hannah, you're my favorite person to work with as well, and I don't know if I ever said that to you. Probably didn't. I probably didn't, because I had a little bit of anxiety. But oh gosh, 40 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, we're almost at McDonald's. It's like 5 minute, not even 2 minute drive, and then I'm gonna get myself a you know what, iced tea sounds good now. But anyway, so I felt really bad leaving after you just said that I was your favorite person to work with. And I still, of course, I kept in contact with a lot of people, with like Jen and Ryan and Carlos and just everybody, and with a lot of people. And Ryan once said to me that they were discussing, well, people were discussing who their favorite people to work with was, and Hannah was like, yeah, you're one of my favorite people to work with. And then apparently you said, but you will never top Nathan. Or something like that. Like, you just said that, like, Nathan was actually, you can't say that because Nathan was actually my favorite person to work with, and that was just so good to hear again. So yeah, Hannah, moral of the story, in a completely normal friendship coworker way, I really do miss you, and I really miss working with you, and I loved working with you, and I never really said that, I never really told you because I had a little bit of anxiety, but I did. I do miss working with you. So thank you for everything you ever did to me, did for me, just did. It was great. So I'm here at McDonald's. I'll continue recording through the drive-thru just in case she is here. I think it would make a really great segue, I guess. Wow, I'm surprised that the drive-thru is not that busy, considering it's the only way you can order. Well, you can pick up, I guess, too. Curbside pickup, but anyway. So yeah, Hannah, thank you. And that goes for a lot of people too. I had so much fun working with every single one of you, which is why it was so hard to leave. Why did I not go into the second lane? There's already somebody in the first lane. I'm just talking to a camera. That's why. I'm a little bit distracted, I guess. But I have a little bit of anxiety now, like, because I've said this, and I know I will upload this, but it also feels good. Yeah, it's still breakfast. I forgot about that.
Hi there, what can I make for you today?
Hi, can I just get a medium iced tea and a hash brown?
Hash brown and a medium iced tea. Would you like any catch for the bag?
No thanks.
So it's $4.84.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jess, how are you? Oh, I should have actually used the app to pay for completely contactless payment, but I didn't because I'm recording, so credit it is. I'll have to blur that out. Shoot. Well, the only thing you might have seen was, doesn't matter. You didn't see my numbers, so it's fine. Then if you did, I don't have that much for you to use anyway there, bud. So let's get a new card. I'll lose nothing. Oh my god, is that a Cynthia?
I'm sorry? Yes? No.
She's taking an order. She's so good. Cynthia's so good. Actually, that's something I haven't mentioned as well. Cynthia. I adore Cynthia. She's one of my favorites as well. I really do adore Cynthia. She's got that attitude I just love. Anyway. Is that a Leona I spotted? That's me.
How are you? Long time no see.
I know, it's been way too long.
How are you keeping?
Busy.
Isolating or working?
Well, I've been isolating, but I've also been working from home as well, so it's been good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice
So
to
lots
see
of
you.
changes here, of course.
Huh?
Lots of changes here, of course.
Yeah, of course. Until we open up again, and who knows?
Yes.
Good changes.
Yeah, of course. Good luck, guys. Thank you for everything. Yeah, so funny speaking, like I said, that manager that I just spoke to was the manager I was talking about earlier that actually drove me to leave McDonald's because it was so frustrating. Oh, McDonald's hash brown, I haven't had these in months. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna probably end the video here. It's like a 46-minute long video. I am so sorry. I was gonna do some fancy editing and have like an intro and stuff like that. I'm gonna upload this video as is. I really am. So thank you guys for watching. Hannah, if you see this video, because I didn't see you there, I was gonna say it actually to your face if you were there, but you weren't. So, well, you might have been, but you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But Hannah, if you see this, please. I hope it's not weird. I hope it's just. You know what I mean. Also, I haven't really been taking care of myself, as you know, which is why I look so absolutely awful right now. I need to shave. I do. I figured I'd try the look, but it just doesn't work. I can't grow fast enough. I'm just gonna shave it eventually. But yeah, so anyway, 47 minutes. I'm going to end it. So thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to eat my hash brown because I want to eat it. It's warm. It's actually fresh. It's awesome. I love every one of you. If you made it this far, if you've just watched this video, I love you. Thank you so much. Doesn't matter how far you made it. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Hannah. This is getting weird now. I'm sorry. But yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I'm awful with outros. I keep talking because I keep coming up with things to say. That's just how I am. But like I said, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being there. The Tenchi community, thank you for being you. Thank you for actually allowing me to feel comfortable enough to talk about things for the first time, which then led me to be comfortable enough to talk about this. Thank you. You know what? I've had a rough couple of weeks. I feel good now. I've said what I've needed to say. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, content will be soon. I want to start streaming again. I really do. I did start streaming for a little bit, but I didn't. I stopped because of how busy I've been, how rough it's been, how my mental health has been. I stopped. I also wanted to content create on YouTube. It's been hard. It's been busy. So yeah, that's that. I'll make a separate update video on that. With that being said, I'm gonna stop the video now. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you. Have a good life. Really, I mean that. Thank you.